today's video, I'm going to be doing some Super Mario themed party goodie bags and balloons. Just things I had to do on the Cricut really quick. My son's 7th birthday is at a restaurant, so I don't have to do too much with decorations, but I do have to do goodie bags. And for the favors, I did chocolate covered Oreos that I showed in another video. I think this one's going to come out after this video just because it's going to take a longer time to edit. But so I made chocolate covered Oreos with a little label on the back, and that's for the adult favors. But for the kids, I'm making these goodie bags, and I had to use kind of large bags. So this bag is 10 by about 12.5 inches tall, and I have to use a large one because I'm going to be putting in like games. So we're going to be at a restaurant. The ages range from like 3 months to about 14. So, you know, I'm just trying to look for things to keep them busy. So the games I bought for the bigger kids are Trouble, Battleship, Connect 4, and Moncala. And these are all like, you know, like table games that they can play at the restaurant if they want to. And for the younger kids, or the one younger one who's 3, I have Hungry Hippos, and it's still in the bubble wrap. And there's also a baby. So for the baby, I'm just putting in some like little toys. Really, she can't even use this kind of stuff, but you know, in a few months she might like these. Yeah, she's 3 months, so there's not much, right? So yeah, I had to do a bigger goodie bag. I usually use those white craft bags that are like about like that's a little bit smaller, a couple inches smaller. So I bought these at Walmart, and I think it was $1.50 each. So really not that bad. And then the star balloons, I'm just gonna put eyes on them, like the Nintendo star eyes. And I bought this from Amazon, 10 for, I can't remember, but I will link it all down below. The vinyls that I'm going to be using, I'm doing the J&J Packaging glossy sticker paper for the goodie bags, and I already printed it out. I will show you what I did and where I got the graphics from. I am so impressed with the graphics. They came out perfect. Like, you know, when you look on Etsy, there's like a ton of different ones, but I wanted ones that were facing you, you know, like facing, I guess, the audience, or, you know, like that. And also with a nice black outline, because that really helps make it look nice and clean. Especially when you're using a Cricut. Mine's is actually calibrated really well when I look at it. I mean, maybe this side's a little thicker than this side, but overall, it's calibrated pretty decently. But if you have that nice thick background, it almost always looks nice and neat, you know, even for the lettering. And the lettering, it was not like a font file, so I did have to upload every single letter, and I'll show you that when we go to Cricut Design Space. So that's a little bit of a pain, but other than that, it was really nice. Like, the graphics are perfect. Like, these look like Nintendo license kind of graphics. So I'm so happy with that. I think it was like $3 on Etsy, and I will definitely link it below. Cause yeah, I looked through all of them. So this is the vinyl that I use, white glossy sticker paper. For the eyes for this one, I'm just using a Cricut glossy vinyl. Very simple. I just have, you know, like a bulk roll of this. So this is really easy. So let's go ahead, do all the Cricut stuff, and then come back and finish up. So this is the Etsy site that I got the graphics from, and it was $2.99. And I think this was so worth it. I did, you know, download my own graphics from Google when I did my Super Mario nails, and those were not good enough quality to like put on a bag in a big like 6-inch sticker. It would have came out fuzzy and just didn't look right. So I went ahead and bought the one from Etsy. So the first thing we're gonna do is upload all of our images. So I picked out the graphics that I wanted, and I'm gonna make 7 goodie bags. So I picked out 7 characters, and I just did all the letters just so that I have it in here, and say I wanna do something Super Mario later, it's already in here. So the next step would be to make your template for the bag. And I like to do this so that you can get a sense of the size of the letterings and of the design. So I just got a square and unlocked it. I'm gonna make it 10 inches wide and 12.5 inches tall. And just for fun, I'm gonna color it red so it looks like the bag. So I already have one here, so I'm gonna delete that one. And just to save time, I did put all the graphics on canvas, and I adjusted them to be 6 inches tall. You can totally make it bigger or smaller, up to you. But 6 inches work for me, and once you do this, you can like put this Yoshi on the bag and kind of get a sense of like how big it will be in real life. So now we're gonna do the names. And the last name I have to do is Ernie. So I'm just gonna select ERNIE and add it to canvas. Okay, so the letters are huge. So I'm gonna try to just select the letters and make them 2 inches high. And then now we can just really adjust the letters. I don't know, they don't actually make it 2 inches for some reason. So I have to adjust all the letters to 2 inches high and kind of just arrange them how I want them. So for my purposes, I do want the letters to touch. It just makes it easier when you cut out the whole sticker together if it peels off all in one piece. I don't know, I just like it that way. You can also cut them out individually if you prefer that too. So just adjusting 2 inches high and slightly making them touch. And I'm using a line to just like make sure they're all in one line. Okay, once you like it, select all, and then you can attach and flatten. Flatten will make sure that it's cut out at like an outline versus cutting it out every individual letter. So I'm just gonna move it onto the bag and see if it looks good. So yeah, that looks perfect. So now we can hide the square because we don't need to cut out that red square, and go ahead and click make it. So now I'm just gonna check all the pages and see if it looks good. I know, like for me, I like to save as much sticker paper as I can. So I'm gonna try to combine a lot of these designs so that I can get at least 2 characters on one page. So all I did was click the 3 little dots by the design and select move. And then now we can just kind of like shift them around. As long as they're not touching, we can still go ahead and cut it out. So sometimes you do have to play around with it, and sometimes it doesn't work. So for this instance, I really tried to make the Princess and Toad fit on one sheet, but it was a little too tricky. So here I wanted to make Jake go sideways so I could put Bowser and Jake on one sheet, but I realized the Jake was just a little bit too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and adjust the names so that we can print them out on 6 sheets of sticker paper. So now I'm going to unflatten Jake and also detach. And then let's see if I can get this under 6.75 inches wide. Okay, so I think that's good. Now I'm just going to reattach it and flatten. And yes, it's like 6.74 inches. So now I have to go ahead and rearrange everything all over again. But now the Jake will cut out with Bowser. So sometimes it does take a little while to fiddle with it and rearrange things, but I think it's totally worth it to save like one sheet of sticker paper. So for the words, I'm just gonna space them out, and I think everything else looks good. Okay, so going back to the first sheet, and now we can send it to printer. I always add bleed and use system dialog, just in case you have settings you want to adjust. So I don't need to make any changes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and select print. And after I printed, I'm gonna go to browse all materials and search for sticker paper. So I have printable sticker paper white, which is what I'm using. And now I can go ahead and cut it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and print and cut out all the sheets, and I'll meet you back at the table to assemble. Okay, so now we have all our materials cut out. I pretty much finished all the bags already. So I have Princess, Toadette, Yoshi, Bowser, Luigi, and Toad. So I have Mario. I'm gonna make this one Ernie's, only because they have shirts and it matches their shirts. So I know it's not Ernie's birthday, but he's gonna be Mario. So the reason why I wanted to make the letters cut out like close together or touching is so that when you peel it off, it is all in one piece. I mean, you have to be very gentle, but they're at least connected. And I kind of just align it. I mean, it doesn't have to be super perfect because the letters are all tilted, but I like to do one side and then push it down. So easy, and I really like how these graphics came out. So the bags are done. So when I have the star balloons laid out flat, they are 17 inches wide at the widest part. I'm just gonna assume or estimate that it's about 15 inches blown up. And I think I wanna use this like fatter star versus like the pointier star. So I'm going to do 15 inches wide and make it yellow. So all we have to do now is make the eyes. So I'm gonna send this to the back so that the eyes go on the front. Getting an oval and rotating it 90 degrees. And these are a little too big, so I'm gonna unlock it and kind of just play with it and see what looks good. So once you think you have a good idea of what you want, I just click duplicate and try to put it together and see if it looks right. So I think they have to be a little more narrow and longer. And I think instead of trying to adjust both, just delete one and duplicate the other so they're exact replicas. Okay, I think that looks good. So now I'm just going to hide the star and select both of these. And I think I'm gonna make 5 pairs. So I'm gonna click make it, and that looks good. I'm gonna cut out about 2.5 inches of vinyl and cut them out. So for this vinyl, I think I'm gonna choose premium vinyl as my base material. Now we can do the eyes. So I did one sample already on this star one, and I think it came out good. I'm really just eyeballing it. Hopefully that looks centered. So I'm gonna do 5 of these stars. You can totally cut these out by hand if you want to, if you have vinyl. I just don't cut really straight. So it was easier for me to use a Cricut. That's a little too close together, but it's okay. I always try to plan ahead, but somehow I'm still doing this at like 11:30 at night. Yeah, I think it should be like this wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and blow those up later, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like blown up. Yeah, so these are super easy to make. It didn't take too long, and I could do it like at 11 o'clock at night, the night before. But yeah, I always, like one tip is to always have more than enough materials. So like the sticker paper, even though I have done this a lot, I still had like mistakes. So yeah, just FYI, always have extra sticker paper, have extra materials. I forgot one other thing I'm adding into the goodie bag are these maze boxes. This is a first, so I guess I'll show you. So it's just a maze box, and they have to do the maze to get the prize. So I'm gonna try to open this nicely. I was just trying to think of things that would keep them busy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to open it nicely. I have not tried this out. I don't know how hard it is or not. Is there instructions? There's no instructions, as usual with like things from Amazon, right? So, am I gonna have to figure out the maze to open this? So, you don't open the box before you put your gift card or money in it. I mean, you can if you want. I'm too tired to do this. So, what I'm gonna do, I knew it was gonna be too small anyways for the gift card. I'm just going to cut it, only because I know like these kids have gone through so many Roblox gift cards before. They'll know what to do. So I actually don't know if you need this number. I don't think you do. It's more about this part. So I was trying to fold it, but I actually don't want to like ruin that part. So let's see, I'm just gonna try to shove this in. All right, so that'll be good. So I'm just gonna cut it on the sides, fold it in half, and they still know it's, well, they'll guess. It's a 20-something gift card. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in all the boxes. We don't actually need the box. I'm just gonna drop them in. I think this will keep them busy for a long time because they're really gonna want that $25 Roblox gift card for sure. Just gonna make sure it won't come out. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the last Roblox maze, and just some like tips. Costco or Sam's Club, I think, are the cheapest places to buy Roblox or gift cards in general. I'm sure everybody knows that, but you know, just to save a little bit. And it is super important that you don't like ruin this part. I know one of them I kind of folded it. You don't want to rip off this. It would be really hard to like get the numbers off. I know, like my friend just showed me one and I could not figure it out. It's kind of like lost if you aren't able to scratch off the number nicely. And yeah, I don't know. I will have to let you know in this description how hard this box is. It looks a little more difficult than I thought it was gonna be on Amazon. My friend had this like gift card one that would actually fit one of these gift cards, and it was more of a rectangle shape, but that one was super hard. Like my husband could do it, but he's like really good at that kind of stuff. I couldn't do it. So hopefully this one's easier for the kids. I know this will really keep them busy during dinner, at a sit-down dinner. So, you know, hopefully they're just doing this instead of running around or, you know. But yeah, if this is a good idea, I'll let you know in the description box. But yeah, thanks for watching, and please let me know if you try any of these ideas. Yeah, I hope it turns out great tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.